and it was released on 1960 by Albert Hitchcock. This film was based on a 1957 novel by Robert Bloch, and his novel was actually loosely based on a convicted Wisconsin murderer and grave robber Ed Gein. The budget on this movie was $807,000, and the filming lasted between 3 months. I'd say it was like less than 3 months, between November 11th, 1959, and February 1st, 1960.
So, to give a quick summary, a female secretary from Phoenix, Marion Crane, is on the run after stealing $40,000 from her employer. In order to run away with her boyfriend Sam Lewis, she buys a new car with the cops on the look for the potential suspect.
Marion stops for the night at the Bates Motel, and then she meets a weird guy named Norman Bates, a young man with interest in taxidermy and a difficult relationship with his mother.
Can't see that shit. Marion Crane stays the night in the Bates Motel and is killed by a person with long hair. Marion's employers hired a private investigator, Milton Arbogast, and Lila Crane, her sister, goes worried over her sister's disappearance. Sam Loomis, who is Marion's boyfriend, tags along with them.
And Sam Loomis go into the Bates Hotel to investigate Norman Bates, and his madness slips during the investigation. This eventually led to his arrest and the end of the movie, where you see that he's just like crazy.
So yeah, now we're gonna kind of transition from that summary to we're gonna talk about our own favorite scenes that we liked. So I'll go first. Just for context. So the scene that I really enjoyed was I'm sure you guys saw it. Was when Marion was trading in her car when she was on the run from the cops, and I really liked the scene because when she was trading in that car, it was like really suspenseful because the salesman was kind of like starstruck that like, oh, like I've never seen someone that wanted to trade a car super fast, you know.
I forgot she traded the car. I thought she just bought a new one.
Yeah, she like traded it and then she paid a little bit, like with her cash in order to get that car, and I also thought through the way like his salesman like he changed his tone, like in the beginning he was like really starstruck, but near the end he was kind of like skeptical. He was like, why is she so willing to like buy this new car? And then when the cop came and then like after she had left, I thought that was really cool too. It was a really cool detail because it showed that like the cop was riding her tail. You guys have anything to add?
No.
Okay, you guys want anything to add? So I just feel like the. Oh yeah.
No, I don't got it.
Oh, you don't have anything to add? Oh shoot. I also like how like the cop was in the background when like she was at the scene the entire time, and then he doesn't really say anything, but he's just like looking, and he has sunglasses on too. So it's like really ominous, and then she's like really worried and like nervous. So then it's kind of that. It's just a really cool scene.
Did the cop leave?
Uh,
I think he just parked.
he parked on the other side of the road, and then she like noticed the entire time. Yeah, I just thought that scene was really cool, and then it kind of set up the whole, like, beginning suspense of the movie. That like
the tone of the film.
like she might get in trouble, she might get caught, and that's why she's on the run. Okay, so yeah. So now I'm gonna give the mic to EJ.
Let me scroll this way. My favorite part of the movie, like, came after that scene, and it's when she arrived. Like, it was stormy, and like she really couldn't see anything, and she just like appeared in front of a motel in like the middle of nowhere apparently, and I feel like this, like it being stormy and like she really couldn't see anything, like added to the suspense too. Because like she didn't really know where she was, and like we didn't know where she was too.
Yeah, and it was super dramatic because like she came and it was raining like really hard. Like you guys didn't know that, like could you see during the movie like it was super rainy, like crazy rainy.
And when she stopped the car, like all she saw was a motel and like a single dude.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird. Like it was like one guy running the whole motel.
And I felt like that would have like raised a couple of red flags. But at the start, the dude that was running the hotel was called Norman. Like his name was Norman Bates, and at the start he was actually really chill. Like he actually tried helping her out, but like I don't know. In the back of my head, it still felt like weird that he was just there.
He was just there, not saying anything.
Yeah,
He was just like being a little, I don't know, too weird, I guess.
and when like I forgot when it happened, but they went to one of his rooms, like his office, I think, and like
Yeah.
the first thing Marion saw was a bunch of stuffed animals like on the walls and like his cabinets, and I feel like at that point I would have just gotten out because like I don't know, like two red flags is like, and
And then the director too, like if you notice, there was like not really any music. It was,
Yeah.
or there was like really like soft music, but it wasn't like it wasn't overpowering the scene. So it was just kind of like creepy, and it was silent too. So
and like during their conversation, it was like it was like it's still pretty chill, but he mentioned that everyone goes a little mad sometimes, and like I don't know. I feel like that sets it up more because that sets like what do you call it?
What?
Like the feeling in your gut that he's like a bad guy. Like I feel like that just added to it.
Yeah.
And during the conversation, he like changed personalities like real quick because Marion asked him if like he ever wanted to like get out or like stop working at the motel and like search the world pretty much, do something else. And like he
yeah,
quickly
he was really weird about it, like the way he responded.
yeah, and he like I don't know, he got really mad, and he became aggressive, and Marion got scared, and I feel like I would have got straight to my car. Bryce is gonna go next.
Alright, so my favorite scene was just like Norman and his mom talking in their house. Because it's like, I don't know, it's creepy, and we didn't know if like Norman's mother was actually there or not because it was off screen. It was an off screen conversation between him and his mother. Marion overhears Norman's conversation with his mom. How his mom hates talking, like how his mom is just talking bad about Marion. And Norman didn't really like that because it was the first time he had like a guest over that he got to know at the Bates Motel for like a while, I think, if that's what he said. And after like Norman walked out, he just acted like nothing happened. Marion was all suspicious about it, but Norman just acted like it was a normal conversation, but like between him and his mom.
Yeah, and the craziest part is like, if you know like the ending of the movie, it's like, how did he replicate like
Yeah,
his voice to sound like that?
I was gonna say like,
And then like he like
His
acted
mom's
off. He
voice.
acted off like completely normally.
Yeah,
he does his mom's voice really good.
he does. I don't know, but creepy that like I don't know. It was just off scene, and we didn't know if he was talking to his mom or not. And
I mean, like if you're gonna watch it the first time, you're probably assuming that like
Yeah,
that's
it's-
probably his mom.
yeah,
And after you watch it, you're like, oh,
yeah, it's like
then you know.
yeah, it's like damn, psychological thing. But what I really liked about the scene was just like how eerie it was, just like wondering if Norman's mom was actually there or not, talking to him. The music too was just it was low enough to where like it doesn't overpower the scene, but at the same time it's just like it's in the background where you can still be able to hear it and get that feeling of eeriness that like you usually don't get from like suspense films nowadays. Then Marion's expression on her face, hearing the conversation, she just didn't like how the mother was talking about her. So she was just really just worried about it, I guess, and her safety because she was just alone going to a motel in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, that's why it's my favorite scene.
Alright, so my favorite scene from the movie, it was easily the ending scene where you find out like he's crazy, and the whole time it's just like he's mother. I feel like that one or the shower scene is like the two most iconic ones. But I like this one more because it's just like I don't know, it leaves an impact on you after you finish the film. Like it's crazy.
No, Loki, I would disagree. The ending scene was kind of like balls, because like he just like looks at the camera and then there's like a fly,
I mean,
and he's just smiling.
yeah, because it's like creepy.
Yeah, that's the
But
psychological
that's not even that
aspect of
creepy.
it.
It's just like he's just kind of a weirdo, bro. I didn't think it was that like crazy of an ending, or like because he's still in jail and then like he's acting like his mom and he's just like smiling. I guess like I didn't think it was like that crazy.
I don't know. I messed with it. I like it because like there's actually a reference in South Park. There's
Oh,
a-
see,
yeah, there's this one episode where like a Chinese dude like has like I don't know. He has like multi-personality disorder, and then there's like a reference to that ending in one of the episodes. I forgot what it's
And it's
called.
like the psycho where like
Yeah.
he's like just smiling. Oh, that's, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't know. That scene is cool. I like it. I don't know how you don't like it.
I mean, it's because, bro. I mean, it's because like
It's a classic, but it's just
Would
like
would you want that?
yeah.
just
You
not
want
that. I don't know.
Norman
He's
to
just
die or
like
something.
it's kind of anticlimactic. Like after he gets arrested, he just like smiles.
Yeah.
Or like I wish there was like a twist or something that was like
Like his mom.
more crazier. Yeah, or like his
Yeah,
mom was
that's
alive or something.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, in like the same time, it's just like, dude, it's like the '60s, like late '50s.
Yeah,
early
no, that's why
60s.
I respect it.
So that's why it's just like that's why they were charging him was because he was insane and it's split personality. He has his mom and his own personality. So I can see why you don't like the ending, but at the same time, it's just
Like,
nice.
Forever stuck being his mom. That's what they say.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
smiling though. So what if it's like he knows that like he's like he
not
just
gonna
tricked
get
him?
it.
Yeah, he just tricked him. Yeah, it's like that.
Plus, like his mother's personality was just like it overtook him. Even like in the scene where Lila and Sam like arrived at the Bates Motel, like he looked through the window. Then when he came downstairs, he was just normal. But in the window, he was just like his
No, I
mom.
think he's a con. He's
It's a con. That's funny.
I mean, that's why. Actually, no, you're right. That's why I think this one part's good.
Yeah.
That's why you said that. Because maybe I didn't think about it like that.
Cause like that was like the climax of the film was just like him where it's 50-50 where his mom started coming out more of his side. Then the Norman Bates that's like in the beginning just hid away now because his mom was just like already over like the feeling of just that eeriness or I don't know how to explain it. It was just like the more that he killed people, the more his mom's side took over Norman because Norman was like, well, he was a scared boy. Like he didn't really do anything. He was just alone. But his mom was like the one that was harsh on him. So I guess that took an impact on him when he became his mother because like he wanted to be like her in a way. So that's why like the ending's like really psychological. Like it messes you up because like his mom. Yeah.
You gotta think about it too. Like one of those two possibilities where he's faking it, or like it's his mom like taking over.
Yeah. So that's why I really like the ending of the movie. Just cool and like it builds up character, I guess, in a way, for both Norman and his mom.
Well, what would you rate like the movie overall? Like scale 1 to 10.
I don't know because like how iconic it is for that factor. I don't know based on like how iconic it is, I'd give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10. But like just like as a normal horror film, I'd give it like a 6.5.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Like it's a classic. It's a good movie, but I'd say it's just like in terms of like it being really psychological and just like eeriness, I'd give that like and the plot too. I really like the plot. I give that like a 9 out of 10. But I don't know. It was just the fact that like it was just a really old timey movie, like 60s. No, like not as much gore or anything really. So you couldn't see anything. So I give it like a 5.5 maybe.
Or what do you rate it?
Like overall, like the plot was good, but I felt like not even halfway through the movie, I kind of figured out the ending already. Like he was gonna be like he was
He's
actually
gonna be the killer.
yeah, and I think like I agree with you about like the like plot twist. Like, I wanted it to be like I was expecting it to be bigger. Like I was hoping I was wrong that he wasn't the killer and his mom was actually alive.
Yeah.
But nah, he was actually the killer.
Yeah, I mean, you can obviously see like his shadow and like the
Yeah.
mannerisms, so it's just like, oh, it's Norman.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably.
I think it's
Norman.
because like we're used to it. Like you think back then,
Yeah.
they probably didn't like have that many plot twists. So maybe something like that was like, oh, I would have guessed the entire time. But now like we watch some movies, like we try guessing. Like when I watch movies, I just try like guessing the plot. Or like what's gonna happen at the end. So
Yeah.
Overall, I rated it like 7 out of 10. This is a good movie.
yeah, I'll say no. Overall rating. 7. Nah, 7 out of 10 means like it was okay, but it's a classic though. So you know you just rate it highly because everything else is kind of based off of that.
7.5
Yeah.
out.
I mean, it did start like a nice wave because like it inspired Halloween. It literally inspired Halloween. Then what Halloween inspired like Friday the 13th too, and like Scream also. Scream like Billy Loomis was from Psycho because of Sam Loomis. Then also from Halloween 2, the detective. So it's like it kind of ties in all the horror movies together, being like a slasher film. So yeah,
What do you
big
rate it?
impact.
It's like 7.
It's not bad.
You just
No, I'll just say like a 5. I'll just say like a 5. Bro.
Five.
But like
Not
it's a
bad.
classic though, so that's why I say
Yeah.
7. Just add a couple more.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the end of our podcast,
Yeah.
and thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Bates.